Hi, everybody. All right, I'm going to do a channeling for October and for humanity, and just any awesome messages Spirit can share with us to help us. Any messages of wisdom to help expand our minds and think beyond the surface, go deeper. So let me just relax and I'll see what happens. It's quite a very fascinating, heavy energy that's descending. It's really heavy and dense feeling. It's really a darker sensation. Through the darkness, there's something about red, a hue of red, but there's also something about a tiny little star that's in the red as well, in the distance. I'm running. I feel like I want to run really fast. If I could only run fast enough. Thing is I'm attached to the earth. And if I tried to jump, I could never possibly jump high enough to reach the star or get to the star. It's sort of like you're running for the edge of the rainbow, right? You could run and run and run. You'll never run into it. You know what I mean? Like, where is the beginning or the end of a rainbow? There's something about that. You can keep trying to search for it, but where is it begin? Where does it end? Like, something about that with this image too. They're asking me to define more about what the heaviness meant to me. How do I describe that? When I experience it, I honestly experience Kryon's energy because he's also really heavy like that too. But I also, so Kryon is pure love to me, but yet he can be very dense feeling and even darker feeling. But yet he is pure love and such blinding love, blinding light. It's unmistakable. You can't mistake that. But as a human being, just experiencing Kryon's energy, I, as just a spiritual analysis of Kryon, is I see him always as a darker reflection, and I always experience him as really heavy and really dense, located in an extremely low plateau in the infinite universe. But yet he is so bright and so loving and so wise and so extraordinary, and he's just incredible. He's sort of the anomaly that makes you question what is darkness? What is evil? What is light and good? What is a high vibration when it comes from a very dense, dark space? Can a dense, dark space be of a higher vibration? Well, what is Kryon? Kryon feels really freaking slow, but yet he is insanely old, insanely wise, insanely amazing. Like, his soul just baffles me. His soul is like the ultimate anomaly to me. So when I feel that, I sort of experience Kryon, but yet at the same time, so if I say Kryon, I say I experience love. But at the same time, I also experience fear too. Sometimes that heavy, dark feeling can make us feel extremely uncomfortable and put us out of our element and make us question what we believe in and what we feel is right or wrong. And so, how do you justify? How do you know? How can you tell for sure what truly is the dark and what truly is the light? Do you know how to tell the difference? So, I'm telling him that is my analysis. So, the reality is, I all I can do is define what it means to me, and that is all. So, that is my meaning of it. See what else they say. They're asking me to define what my meaning, what the red hue means to me with the star off in the distance. Why would I see that in a dark sky? There's only one star, and it's in the corner of a page, and it's in a very thin layer of red that is off in the distance of darkness. So I'm just contemplating what that means to me. There was something that I liked about seeing the red color. I like seeing color. I like seeing, after feeling that heavy, dense energy, it was joyful to see something more. So it's not as if I saw the dense energy, I felt it. And it was really, it just really like I'm the sponge absorbing a really heavy, weighted energy, and it's uncomfortable for me. And when the experience shifts and I get to see this red, I feel freer, I feel happier. I feel like I long to know more about red. And I long to know more about that single star that's in the sky, and I long for it so much that I am on my way out there as quick as I can go. I'm finding an inspiration. So they're talking about how what inspires us into action, what inspires us into motion. Sometimes it's fear or an unusual feeling or new sensations of energy that inspire us into action. And sometimes the new sensations of energy can be really uncomfortable, right? And they make us question why. They make us wonder what this means, wonder, and it's really quite brief, even though it feels so loud that it feels extended out because of how loud and how noticeable it is. But the reality is they're saying that energy, when it is affecting us and inspiring us into action, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a beautiful thing? They're talking about ripples and waves of change that come from denser energies or energies that can feel a little alarming, but yet they spark motivation in us, and even motivations to run for the first thing that is a reflection of love in order to experience new versions of love. They're talking about the human experience being much like this, being a lot about sort of trips along the pathway that feel a little derailing, and then we learn, and then we start moving towards new versions of love. And the whole life experience can be full of trips and then standing up and running and then trip again and a new version of experience over and over and over again until you get to the end of a lifetime and you look back and see how all of those trips and falls molded you into something far more extraordinary than you could ever have imagined. And you look back when you're very old and you say, you know what, if it didn't work out this way, I wouldn't be who and what I am today. And I can't say that I'm unhappy that it worked out this way. They're saying not all people get to the end of their life and say those things, but people who can learn appreciation, acceptance for life and life experiences have the capacity to reach the end of their life and know how to be in reverence of life itself, even the hard times of life. And they're talking about that too being a very honest reflection of Kryon and what Kryon means to me. Kryon is to me sort of like such an honorable soul, you know, a soul that has done so much, seen so much, experienced so much, chose to endure a great burden and be transformed by darkness and then transformed again into the light, and to know so many sides of an infinite universe that he could be so deep, deeper than any soul I've come to know, and be so amazing in love as well. They're emphasizing there's other souls I've met that are quite of the same caliber, and they too are quite mesmerizing to me as well. You don't meet souls like that every day. They're amazing. They're mind-blowing. So, let's see what else. They're wanting to show me something new. They're having me reach my hand up into the sky and pick the star from the sky, like picking an apple from a tree. So I'm going to do that. Now I'm inspired to take this star and actually put it into my mouth and swallow it like it's a grape or something. But it's light, and I'm consuming light, and then I'm choosing light, I am picking light, and now I'm consuming light is what they're defining this as. Light now entering into my body. From a distant place where I was searching, I'm trying to reach light. I'm moving and actively moving towards light. And I discover how easy it is to actually attain light, as simple as picking an apple off a tree and then consuming it. They're emphasizing the necessity of day-to-day simple activities being reflections of, you can actually transform them into reflections of the same kind. And they're talking about appreciation of things on a whole new level. How do I describe it? You choose to have an experience of, I feel blessed. And every time you feel blessed by something in your life, you visualize it as light, and then you consume it. So there's something to this. Like every time you eat breakfast, it's taking the normal routine and turning it upside down. So you eat breakfast and say, I am blessed to have this food today. Not just say it in a superficial way, but actually say, I get to eat today, and heaven has graced me with this blessing. Now visualize your cereal being light, and now consume the light and consume the blessing, and fill your body with the sensation of ultimate blessing, heavenly love and light, and gratitude for the moment. And they're saying this is insanely beautiful medicine to inspire your life to fill with more and more reflections of a high caliber vibration of love. Simple acts of this kind. Even going and using a paper towel and saying, this tree that was cut down has blessed me with the ability to have paper towel. I mean, there's something corny, but there's something real and honest about this. And so you actually thank the tree that shared its life for you to have a paper towel. I mean, it's serious. It's as serious as that. And then through honoring and respecting this gift that has been given to you, now you feel blessed. And obviously, eating a paper towel is probably not the correct thing to do. But as you use it and feel your hand touching light and touching a gift that was given to you by Mother Earth itself and by heaven. And so when you use it, you're actually using it in light, and the light then is absorbing into your hands, into your heart, into your experience of life. They're talking about this simple action is making a world of difference in your life, creating a domino effect of more experiences of this high caliber vibration, actually transforming the darker or negative reflections in life, putting more love and more experiences of bliss into your life through these simple actions. And they're telling me they don't like the language I'm using. They're saying they're not agreeing with me describing as simple action. They're defining this as sacred and as high, as important or as amazing or monumental as studying how to be a Buddhist monk. And is something of this high caliber, is something you need to acknowledge it as something far more extraordinary than simple acts, because it's not about it being an action or simple. It is about what is it in general. But it's something more than language. It's important and it's sincere and it's of a very high vibration. It's a sacred ritual is the best way I could define it. Now you are acting in alignment with a sacred ritual that is blessing you with more light into your life. How do you want to experience abundance? How do you experience abundance unless you give thanks and praise to all the abundance you already have? And now these actions of light attract more light into your life and more versions of love and more versions of experiences to celebrate. That's the best I can tell you about that. So let's see what else. Again, that heavy sensation is really, it's there again. It sort of makes me feel like I'm getting closer to the ground, and it makes me feel tired. But I'm choosing to rejoice in it and feel gratitude for it, and we'll see what happens. So I'm feeling it, right? Not necessarily anything to see, so to speak, but I feel it, and it feels dark and heavy is what it feels like, and that's what is my impression of it. And so I'm going to focus on the sensation, and I'm going to use this technique with it and see what happens. All right, they're telling me, so you're choosing to look into something dark and heavy that makes you feel uncomfortable, and you're choosing to see it as a version of a blessing that you choose to find gratitude for and thanks. And I say, yes, that is what I'm doing. There's quite a positive vibration associated with this. So I'm going to do this and we'll see what happens. I'm entering into a space where the energy is. It's really hard to, it's slow and overwhelming for me mentally and emotionally. It's like a super magnet is the only way I could define it, and it's really hardcore on my body. I'm choosing to sit down in a sacred position, and then I'm going to pray and give thanks and fill the energy with light and love and gratitude. And we'll see what happened. They want you to know that I'm filling the space with love right now. They want me to describe how the space alters when I fill it with love. I'm saying that the ground is starting to break slightly. I'm not saying this is a contaminated space, but it definitely has a very intense energetic vibration. So in this space, which really there's nothing to see here, it's just a space, just black walls, floor, ceiling, dense energy that's really like, oh my God, I can't hardly stand. It's really hard for me to process physically as a human being. So I sit down and I share love with the space. How do I share love with the space? How do I share love with energy beings that are of a derailing energetic vibration? I just choose to relax, and then I think of everything that is a reflection of love to me. I even draw hearts on them. I speak words to heaven to fill the space with love, and I share my version of love with it from my heart. Everything that is a pure reflection of love, I give it as a gift to this. That way, this version of an expression can be transformed, can understand love in a new way, and then can spiral or circle in a different rotation in order to project a new experience or reflection of love. So hold on, let me just keep doing this, okay? There's something about the fact, again, that I am choosing to share love and gratitude for something that is of a darker reflection. So you think about things in your life that are a pain in your rear, and then you sit down within the memory, you focus on it, and you share love and gratitude with that reflection, and then help it to transform in the light. So you do this over and over again with every frustrating experience, and it helps create more light in your life, and then light that attracts light, attracts light, attracts life, and then it raises the vibration and inspires greater versions of love and light in your life and in your surroundings, and on and on and on. Now it creates a domino effect. They're talking about if all human beings across the globe did this, the whole world would have a whole new reflection of love that everybody would feel and experience. And it's very, very important for us all to start acknowledging the importance and the impact that love makes. Love makes in order to transform experiences, transform life, transform the feelings within your heart. People are tired of being stressed out, frustrated with societal structure, and on and on and on. So you can think about it, you can feel it, but why not enter into it and feel motivated to transform it into love? How do we experience a world of love? By choosing love. That is how we experience it. So I'm going to continue to share love with this energetic reflection, okay? It's as I do this, it's transforming into a heartbeat. And the heart is actually beating right now. It's red. It's absorbing all of the dark energy, and all the dense energy is going into the heartbeat. It's absorbing all the other reflections of energy that were in this space. It's transforming the space through love itself. And love then is doing all the work. All I had to do was have a thought of love and share that thought of love with the space. And that thought alone is creation. Creation that creates more versions of love and actually absorbs the negative and then pushes out more love. This is extremely important. They keep emphasizing this is very, very important. So you need to be doing this. We all do. We all need to be doing this. Me included. Needs to be doing this more and more and more. You can't get enough of doing this. I'm sharing more energy of love into the heart, and let's see what else happens. The heart is glowing now. It was just beating before, absorbing in more parts of this scene. It's just those parts of the scene are just turning into crumbles of dust that are going into the heart, like it's a vacuum. So the scene is starting to dissolve. It hasn't fully yet. So I'm just sharing more love into the heart, and now the heart is starting to glow. There's a circular energy going around the heart as well. I'm creating energy, I'm raising energy up from Mother Earth. That's how I define it. And I'm helping Mother Earth to connect with the heart through what is like a vine that is entering into the heart and purifying it so much more with Mother Earth love and wisdom and healing. Mother Earth is a huge, huge, huge part of what today is all about. And she's been entering into my life more and more. She's always been a part of my life, but she's getting a lot louder. And so her really emphasizing messages of her power and her love and her ability to transform your life, they're getting louder and more. She wants to touch your life. She wants to be a part of your life. She wants to help you through everything. You can talk to Mother Earth. You can. And she's very wise and very helpful in many ways. So she's even creating a cord of connection with the heart and sharing more love of her flavor with the heart. The heart is growing a body now. It has arms and legs with feet connected to Mother Earth. The heart is still massive. It's the size of the torso. And there's a head just above it. There's no eyes, no nose or mouth or anything on the head. It's just a head. It's sort of like a male body that's developing. So let's see. His heart is pumping outward and then going small and then getting big. So it sort of goes little heart and then big heart. And so as it beats, it gets small and then big and small and then big, like that. It's just beating out of his chest. So there's more forces of energy that are destructive showing themselves within the space. They're saying just to allow these forces of energy to release themselves and go into the light. They're just creating an impact because of all the love that is being shared. It's rumbling and creating an earthquake that is inspiring all the negative energy to just blast out and then be on its way into a transformed state. They're saying this negative energy will be transformed. It has no choice but to become transformed. It is entering into the room with this heart that is beating, and the heart itself is creating so much love that is dissolving that negative energy right away. People need to understand the importance and value of love, and love alone is what purifies everything. You can't mistake love, and you can't mistake the power of love. Fear will create the illusion that love is not more powerful than fear. Now, what is love? Is love an illusion? Was love an illusion all along? Or is love the most powerful force in the entire universe? Love is creation. Nothing can hurt love when love chooses to be the force that transforms all things. So wake up and see now the power of love. Love then transforms all things. Nothing can hurt love. There's quite a lot of monsters coming from behind the space, and they're just dissolving instantly when they hit the room because love is so powerful. They can't penetrate love. Love penetrates them. How do we heal other human beings? Through anger, through war, through destruction, through hatred? No, we heal other human beings by touching them with love, and love then seeps into their conscious awareness and experience, their emotions, their mind, their body, and love then does the work that helps to transform them. So what does that say about war? What does that say about putting up boundaries and keep pushing people away and not helping others? There's something that needs to be acknowledged here about the power of love. Love is creating more and more energy of love, and that energy is making it so, how do I describe? It's almost stifling, but it's extremely, it's glorious. They're wanting me to raise this space. It's been hidden very, 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 very deep. And it has to do with what is the you blend 8 billion human beings into one human being. And now you have a karmic cycle for all the souls here. And in that massive karmic cycle of oneness, there are enormously huge, deep, deep spaces that are very dark, because the experience and the choices that we've made in communion with one another have inspired darkness to be our mother and father, right? And so we continue to worship, in a way, that experience because we are not choosing to worship a new experience, which is love. And love then just becomes what is, was, ever will be. And so they're saying this is a real space in the karmic cycle of all human beings blended as one. A real space, and what could only be defined as a secret pocket deep, deep, deep in the earth, insanely deep. It feels like 1 trillion years old or something really crazy and out of this world. Nobody's been in this room. Nobody chose to come in here until today, when it was meant to manifest. When somebody chose to explore the power of love in a new way, by blending it with an exploration of darkness, but darkness that was worthy and deserving of love. Therefore, now love manifests and creates new. This space now to be lifted up from a very deep pocket, and so that love from this space may beat across our earth for all human beings to feel and experience. Even you watching the video will feel a new flavor of love within your heart, because you too are one of these human beings blended as one human being. I will too. Everybody will. There's a reason why you're watching this video, because you needed to know about this. And you need to allow this love to enter your heart, into your mind, into your emotions, enter into your sacred ritual of your day-to-day life. Make it sacred, make it worth living for, make it worthy and deserving of more love. Fill it with love, everything. See how love then transforms your life and shares so much more with you, because you're welcoming it into your experience, because you are thankful for it, because you feel blessed by it. All human beings then will be transformed and will experience love of this vibration. And they're saying, is that not a good enough message for today, October 8th? They say, yes, it's a very good message. I'm just being patient right now. There's still an energy variation going on, moving that space upwards. I want to feel it solidified. They're saying this. They're saying, I, Abby, cannot hold up the planet Earth all by myself. And you cannot hold up this planet Earth all by yourself. So how do we manifest this for all human beings to feel? We work together. You choose to say, I allow this heart to beat within all of our heart, this heart that beats with love. Only love then can manifest. You emphasize the importance of love, and love then is. That is all. Love then is. I choose to experience this. I choose to share this. I choose to inspire others. And then I allow those inspirations to move across the planet. So we are all holding each other now. Not just one human being at a time. We're all blended as one. It's important. I'm still exploring if there's anything else about Kryon or anything else they want to share. I'm just going to go to Kryon for a moment and then see what happens. It's always exciting to do that. My spirit guides ask me if I know where Kryon lives, and I say, as a human being, how do I define that? As a spirit, an infinite soul, of course I know where Kryon lives. So in that case, I say, Kryon, I'm coming to you now. And then I go to him. I always see him as a dark energy being. He's always in a dark space. He's always on sort of a super throne made out of stone. He's always massive. But sometimes he's not. Just examining him. He's not moving, he's not speaking right now. But he is. There's something about warmth and love that I'm sharing with him right now. Isn't he worthy and deserving of love too? And I say, oh yeah, absolutely. I always tell Kryon that I adore him, because I do. I'm really thankful for him. I'm really thankful I came across his videos. He has a really important voice for this world. He means a lot to my soul, so I tell him that. There's something important to this, because we need to be telling these things to each other as well. Making sure we tell each other, thank you. Thank you for what you do. And now we are sharing love with one another, making connections, choosing to be a part of each other's lives. I'm sharing this heart with Kryon's heart too. See what happens. It's extremely warm feeling. It's extremely loving feeling. He asked me if I created this heart for him. They say I create this heart for everybody. You are worthy and deserving of this heart too. It's awesome because there's such a stillness, and he has sort of an odd way about him. It's like he's in a meditation, but yet he's fully aware. And some part of him is smiling really beautifully and genuinely. That's all that is meant to be shared at this time. It's good. It's very good. So let's see what else. Oh, I'm to tell you, I'm actually jumped off his leg because he's like massive. I'm like a little person. And so then I'm just leaving this super dark, deep down chamber. And then just like I'm a child, was saying goodbye to grandpa or something crazy like that. And so then I'm just walking out the door. It's because it's all I needed to do. I'm telling them, there's something to this. There's something to just sharing love and not expecting anything in return, just sharing it. And then knowing that that is the most beautiful gift. And then in return, there is far more shared than you could imagine. So we all experience this. You share love with another human being, and now their life changes, and now they are more capable of sharing love with others. So that's all that's coming for right now. This is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome feeling. I really liked creating love in that deep space and the hearts that came and the images about human beings blending as one. I really like that. I really like the message of sharing love even to the most unsuspecting faces, you know. Kryon shares a lot with us. He deserves to be shared with as well, you know what I mean? And then it transforms the world so much more when we share love, just genuine love, just because, you know? And it fills our hearts with more love too. There's something really beautiful about it. There's something really important about the emphasis that we need to keep choosing love over and over and over and over again. If that's the only message I can ever share in 1,000, like a million trillion different ways, you know, it comes out the same. It's always messages about love and the value of sharing love and the importance of human beings seeing that to create a world of love, you have to believe in love, choose love, express love, feel transformed by love, love over and over and over and over again. And then just keep doing it, keep experiencing it, keep sharing it, keep blending with it. So that is all. That is all I have for this October 8th video. I hope it touches your life. I hope you feel a new motivation from it. And I hope your October has been treating you well. So that's all I'm going to share. And for anyone that's interested in a psychic reading or spiritual healing with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.